everybody. It's Dr. Lewitzo. We're starting the week 7 module, and I thought it might be helpful for me to record a video just sort of talking about where we are in class and what's ahead. So when I publish this week 7 module for the week, you will notice we have an in-class activity this week. We're going to get out the DSLR cameras again. I have a composition scavenger hunt I would like you to go on. So you're going to in class briefly learn about the chapter 9 and 10 readings and composing photos following the rule of thirds, leading lines, repetition, and I will discuss these in class. Then you will get out the cameras and you'll go take those different types of photos and then submit them to this Canvas space. Also for this week, you will start working with Adobe Lightroom, and that is a great editing software for cleaning up your photos, for adjusting the white balance, adjusting the color, maybe using like a spot or healing brush tool to clean up skin or things in the background that you want to adjust. And so for that, you're going to use the lynda.com site. So if you go to the elearning.ufl.edu, you will see it actually is now called LinkedIn Learning. So you click on that link in the bottom right hand corner, there's a box. And then I'd like you to search for Adobe Lightroom. And I'd like you to complete these 2 tutorials that show up. I also have this in the module for you, but one is called Lightroom CC First Look by Jan Kabili, I think is how you say her name. And I would like you to do that one first because it explains the interface to you and the different tools and what you're looking at on the screen to know how to find what you need. And then the next one I would like you to complete is called Learning Lightroom CC. So the first one is 15 minutes. The next one is an hour and 38 minutes. So you want to plan and give yourself some time to get these done. They will actually be due in our online activity number 6, which will be due October 17th. So you'll have 2 weeks to complete these. But also know during that 2-week time, you're going to be working on your midterm. You're also going to be working on starting your photo shoots and things with your scientist on your final project. So don't wait until the night of the 13th to get these done or the night of the 14th to get these done. Work on them a little bit ahead of time. And then I'd like you to either, if it gives you a certificate, download that certificate, upload it to Canvas to show me you have completed these, or take a screen capture of the screen that tells you you have completed these, whatever proof you can supply that shows me you yourself personally, not someone else, has completed the modules, and then upload that proof to our online activity. Also going on this coming week, you need to think about the midterm. So I've created this handy dandy little study guide for you about the midterm. The midterm is going to occur online during week 8. So the first half of the exam will be about the readings, mostly about the DSLR cameras these last couple of weeks from our photo textbook. So I've outlined what the major concepts will be. So it's a take-home exam. You take it through Canvas. You can use Open Book, Open Notes. You can Google and find the answers. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So the first 40 points are answering true, false, matching, multiple choice about these key things. So you might want to start thinking about preparing for that. The second portion of the exam is to then upload a draft of your portfolio. If you'll remember, a few weeks ago, we asked you to start thinking about either updating your existing online portfolio or starting a new one. And we want to see that you're adding photos and adding photography to your online portfolio, since that's such an emphasis from this class. So you could create a 360-degree photo section to your portfolio and start adding some of the photos you've been taking, or a DSLR still photography section, start adding some photos you've been taking. But this is what we're looking for. It should include an About Me section and then a photography section with some draft photos of stuff you've taken from the things we've done in this class so far at the Austin Carey Forest or on your own, that sort of thing. And then we will give you feedback because at the end of the semester, your final portfolio will be due. The third portion of the exam will be to use Adobe Lightroom to edit some of the photos that I will put in Canvas for you in the week 8 module as part of the exam. So some things I might ask you to do, since we're just getting started with Lightroom, will be some simple edits, turning the photo black and white, maybe cleaning the clarity, adding a little bit of blue to the sky, or cleaning up some of the skin if it's a photo of a person or their hair, things like that. They'll be really simple edits because I know we're just getting started with Lightroom, and I'm actually giving you more time on that portion of the exam. So the online portfolio and the test questions will be due on the 14th, but the photo editing Lightroom piece will be due on the 18th. So to give you a few more days past the 14th to work on the tutorial, but also work on showing you know how to edit in this piece of the exam. So if I go back to Canvas, you will see that I'm including that midterm prep sheet there. And I'm also asking that you learn about a little bit more the exposure triangle. There will be some questions. Here, let me just go to the website. I will fix that. There will be some questions about shutter, aperture, all of those things that we have talked about and how they work together. So I'll have a website there with reminders, and some of the questions will come from that, or you can Google exposure triangle and find all sorts of things. So it's going to ask you about ISO, speed, and our lightness and brightness. And when you make those menu adjustments, what will happen? Shutter speed, which way is faster, which way is slower, aperture, which way is letting in more light, which way is letting in less light. So there'll be some questions about those. So I'd also like you to study and be aware of the exposure triangle. Overall, I hope this video just helped you think about getting into these lynda.com tutorials, starting to work on the week 7 module and learning about the exposure triangle. If you have any questions about where we are at with getting ready for the midterm or what we're doing with our final projects and things like that, please send us an email. We're happy to meet with you and help you if you're stuck on any of these different pieces. But hopefully this video is just helping you be caught up a little bit between what's happening in week 7 and week 8. All right, everybody, have a great week 7. And no worries, the midterm will not be that big of a deal. You will do great.